Barndominiums are known for being budget-friendly alternatives to traditional homes. But are they really? Today we're going to watch someone explain the real cost of their Barndominium build. And before you start your own, you need to know these hidden expenses that could potentially blow your budget. Make sure you stay until the end because the last two are the most important.
So let's start off with the driveway. The driveway permit cost us $510. Next, we had to go ahead and we had to pay for our septic permit. Now, we haven't even started on the septic yet, but we had to go ahead and pull that permit in the beginning, and that cost was $590. From there, we had to go ahead and pay for the building and impact fees. These are impact fees that impact the county, the schools, the roads, the taxes, sort of thing. So the building plus our impact fees here in Nassau County, Florida, cost us $15,225. I know, trust me, but I know it's worse at other places, so I'm not going to complain. Right, then we had the electrical permit, which is $160, and then finally our plumbing permit, which is at $150. So as of right now, the total for all of the permitting that we have so far is $16,635.
Let me know in the comments, do you think these permits would be more expensive or would they be cheaper in your area? Personally, I appreciate that she started off talking about the cost of the permits and didn't pretend that you could just go ahead and build and do whatever you want without paying for those things. I gotta say, I do love the blue exterior of the house, probably because blue is my favorite color. Let me know in the comments if you like the blue or if you personally would choose a different color. Now, if you thought dirt was cheap or that it was free, think again.
So first was the dirt. We had to haul in dirt for the pad, and that amount was $9,360. Now, we use good quality sandy hard pan, but for your foundation, you could also use regular clean fill dirt as well. We were just able to get our hands on the sandy hard pan, and so we took it. Now, in order to get that dirt where we needed it to go, and we didn't want to pay someone to come in and do that work, we wanted to do it ourselves, we had to rent a dozer. And so that dozer rental costed $2,000 for us to get the dirt where we needed it to be and ready for the foundation. So our final cost for the dirt and the dozer rental to get it ready to actually start the foundation is $11,360.
I never thought dirt could be so expensive, so I'm a little surprised. But maybe I'm overreacting. If you're knowledgeable about the price of dirt, let me know in the comments if I'm just bugging out. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to is that there are certain things that they're choosing to do on their own. Now, you'll obviously save money doing things yourself, but you have to make sure that you know what you're doing and you're doing it correctly. And don't be afraid to hire professionals when you need them. It can save you time and also make sure that things are done correctly. Let me know in the comments, are there any aspects of building a Barndominium home that you want to do yourself? So you can either buy a Barndominium plan online or you can have an architect create them for you. Now, what she chose to do is going to surprise you.
So we actually didn't shop online for architectural plans for this building. Instead, we went to a local architect in town and asked him to draw the plans of where the framing's gonna go and the plumbing and the windows and things like that. And so that when we put this building up, we had an idea as to what we were doing. That cost was $2,000. The architectural plans also included engineering with that amount.
So if you look online, you'll see plans starting from $500 up to $2,000 or so, really depending on the size and a variety of other factors. So I'm sure she had her reasons for going with a local architect versus purchasing some plans online. She also may have wanted certain customizations that were a lot easier to have done by someone she knew and someone she knew locally versus purchasing one online and trying to do some customizations. Maybe that's why she did it. Or maybe it was simply more affordable going with the local architect. Let me know in the comments, would you prefer to go with the local architect or would you simply buy plans online? Plumbing is one of those must-have expenses, but what they paid and why might have you rethinking your budget.
We had to get our plumbing roughed in prior to the foundation. So the plumbing for 2 bathrooms and the kitchen came out to be $6,500. Now that is just the rough-in prior to foundation. So we have the foundation and we chose to double form our foundation from the beginning. The reason is we wanted our home to be taller, but we also had to meet the city's requirement for where our building was at in regards to the street. So the total cost of our foundation is $27,000.
So the plumbing cost is going to be based on your area, but also based on your specific needs. So let's say someone in her area has 3 or 4 bathrooms and maybe one large kitchen and a smaller kitchen somewhere else in the house. They're going to have different plumbing needs, and the cost is going to be different as well. The requirements in your local area will also impact your cost. And that's not just for plumbing, that goes for everything. And you should absolutely make sure that you're meeting the local requirements. And if you try to get around them, I wouldn't recommend that. Now, getting the structure up is one thing, but who you hire to install it can make or break your budget. Let's see what they chose. But first, I need you to hit that subscribe and like button. If you want to get better at real estate investing, you got to follow this channel.
It is a 74-foot by 30-foot. And our Barndominium kit included installation. So the full price for the Barndominium plus the installation of it was $34,128. All in this Barndominium, we have a front porch and a back porch that we have done. So the front porch is actually a 16 by 10 foot front porch, and the back porch is a 20 foot by 10 foot porch.
So if you saw my last Barndominium video, we looked at a lot of the kits and some of them included the cost for installation. Getting it installed by the company you buy the kit from is probably the most efficient, but it doesn't hurt to get some quotes from local contractors to see what the cost would be for them to do it versus the company you purchased the kit from installing it. Ultimately, you just got to do what makes the most sense to you. Windows are a major expense, but there's also another hidden expense that people don't think about until it's too late.
So before they ever install the Barndominium kit, what you need to go ahead and purchase is all of your windows and all of your doors. We have some amazing, well, we have one amazing huge window above my kitchen sink, which I'm like super excited for. It's like the best thing ever. And we also have French doors. We have 2 other exterior doors. And I think we have a total of 6 windows. So 2 in the living, 1 in each of the guest bedrooms, and then 2 in the master bedroom. The total amount for our window package was $8,700, and we needed to go ahead and purchase those ahead of time in order for the crew to install them at the time they installed this building. There was a gap there when our windows came in and our building wasn't ready, and we actually had to get a storage unit for 1 month. So that storage unit cost $100. So if you don't have a place close by where you're building that you need to store some of these things ahead of time, go ahead and start thinking about it now. So really, our windows and doors cost us $8,800.
Every Barndominium home is not going to have the same number of windows, and that's obviously going to impact how much you might spend on windows versus how much she spent. It can be more or less based on the size and or the area where you're trying to get this done. Same goes with the doors. I'm really glad she mentioned storage because that's something that most people would simply overlook and not even really think about. But I recommend adding that to your budget for however long you think it might take to build everything and adding on a little more time, because as we know, things usually take longer than we think. Just make sure you have that line item in the event that you need to store some material somewhere. Let me know in the comments, out of everything we've discussed so far, is there anything you think they are paying too much for? Let me know. So here's where it gets a bit unpredictable because water and electrical costs won't be the same for everyone. It's not one size fits all. Your cost might end up being higher than theirs, or they might end up being lower than theirs.
So we called out a well drilling contractor and had him come out and let us know if we were actually able to do a flowing well. And unfortunately, we just couldn't get a flowing well here. It just wouldn't work. So we had to get a salt and pepper well that was 330 feet down, and we hired this out, and the cost of the well with the submersible pump was $7,650. In regards to the electrical, we added up until this point ourselves. So first we had to do an electrical pedestal on the exterior of our building over by the garage, and that pedestal cost $565 to get all the parts for and install ourselves. Now we also had to purchase that electrical panel that goes in the meter. It's called a meter can combo. That cost $500. Now, I'm sure if you hired this out to an electrician, it would cost a lot more, but for us being able to get the items and install them, we're at $1,065 for both.
So another example of DIY is the electrical. Now, I'm not going to say that you should not hire someone to do it, but just know that if you do, there's going to be a tremendous difference in the cost of you doing it yourself versus hiring someone else to do it. You just got to weigh the cost and benefits. You got to look at your abilities, realistically and your time, and factor all of that into deciding what you decide to DIY and what you decide to outsource. And again, there's no shame in outsourcing. And if you choose to do some things on your own, you have to make sure you're doing them correctly and you have to make sure you're doing them legally. So before we break down the final numbers, I did some more research and found even more hidden costs that people don't think about. These numbers might change your plans. So something else they mentioned in the video was a porta potty, which they are paying $135 a month for. I was looking at some other videos of hers, and their septic and drain field installation cost about $10,000, and they did all of that themselves. So they didn't have to rent the equipment or anything. They actually owned the equipment that they needed. So that's an expense they didn't have, or that was cheaper than it otherwise would have been. So based on the research that I've done, the interior could be upwards of $50,000. It's not something that she covered, and based on the video, they hadn't gotten to that point yet. But from what I've seen, it can be upwards of $50,000. Obviously, it depends on your area, it depends on how large it is, depends on exactly what you're putting inside there. So that's just a ballpark range. So you're probably wondering, how much land do they have? Because it looks like quite a lot. And what did they pay for the land? So I found another video, and they bought 41 acres of land for $250,000. That's about $6,000 per acre. Now, my assumption is that for most people, the cost of the land is going to be way less than that. You know, you might end up buying just a few acres to put your barndominium home on. So that 250 sounds crazy, but you're probably not looking to buy 41 acres. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. Do you want to buy more than a few acres to potentially put your barndominium home on, or put something else on? They're also only 45 minutes from downtown Jacksonville. I thought they were in a very remote location, so I'm actually surprised that they're that close to the city. Overall, the cost of what they've shared is about $375,000, and that's without knowing what the interior actually cost them. Now, I don't want you to take that number and assume that's how much it's going to cost you. Everyone's situation is different. I just wanted to make sure that I gave you all a real example of what it could potentially look like and what some of these costs could potentially be. Because on the last video, there were a number of questions about how much things might cost. So let me know in the comments, did they pay too much for anything? Do you think they bought too much land? What other questions do you have about barndominiums? I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. So I want to bring up a lender again that I did mention in my last barndominium video. I'm actually going to have a call with them pretty soon just to learn more about their process. This is First Federal Bank of Kansas City, Barndominium Financing. So financing for both the construction period as well as the permanent mortgage following the construction, which is great. So to build it up and then to have a long-term mortgage. And actually, it looks like they have a national lending footprint to fund your barn build in all 48 continental states. So it looks like they lend pretty much nationwide to the mainland states. And then posting steel frame construction lending specialists on staff to assist you from the design stage to the securing a competitive fixed rate mortgage loan. So I hope this provides you with some encouragement that, you know, you don't necessarily have to come out of your pocket to pay for this, because obviously it could be easily a couple $100,000. And they have some examples of different homes I guess they have financed or something like that. So this is a good resource, and then there's some FAQs at the bottom. So definitely check this out. This is something that you think you might want to do. If you are someone who is looking to buy a property this year, whether that's locally or whether that's investing out of state, I want to help you. I have a number of free resources that you can get. I encourage you to download all of them. It costs you absolutely nothing. And you can find those in the pinned comment of this video. Check them all out. I'm sure they'll give you a ton of help and help you plan and figure out your next steps on your investing journey. Now that you know about the potential cost of a barndominium, I want you to learn about barndominium homes that you can get for $100,000 or less. Check out this video right here.